Here we're going to look at solving a rational equation. And so if I look at my denominators, because I want to see if I can get rid of all the fractions, it looks like the LCD has to have a w plus 3 and a w plus 4. So every single thing is going to get multiplied by this, including the negative 2. And this one, w plus 3, and multiplied by w plus 4. So it's all on top of the fraction. All right, this way we can see what cancels. So both of these cancel here. Nothing cancels here because it wasn't a fraction, and no denominator. And w plus 4 cancels there. So if we were somewhat neat about it, let's round up what's left. So we have negative 4 equals negative 2 times this. And I could go ahead and take the opportunity to FOIL this. So w squared, 3 and 4 adds to 7w but multiplies to 12. And then last I have this negative 5 times w plus 3. And so I'll have to distribute that negative 5 and I have to distribute this negative 2. And then see what like terms we have. Minus 14w and minus 5w gives me minus 19w. And then negative 24 and negative 15 give me negative 39. And then since I can see it's quadratic, it has a squared, I want to have it equal to 0, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So 0 equals negative 2w squared minus 19w minus 35. All right, so now I can see if maybe it factors, or if it doesn't, I can use quadratic formula. One big thing is I'm not used to normally having a negative 2 out front, but that's really easy to fix. If I multiply both sides of the equation by negative 1, it'll just change all my signs. So this will become positive, this will become positive, this will become positive, and notice multiplying 0 by negative 1 doesn't change it, it's still 0. So now we can see if maybe we can factor this. I could do AC method, or I could try guessing and checking. 35 is not a prime number, but at least 2 is, so I know that it's got to start with 2w and a w as my first terms, and I know everything's positive because everything here is positive and the whole thing's equal to 0. So let me think of factors of 35, like 5 and 7. So if I put a 5 here, just showing about guessing and checking, that gives me 10w and 7w. That gives me 17, so not quite. That's the big thing about guessing and checking. Guess anything, but you have to check and make sure it works. So let's try 7 and 5 in a different configuration. That gives me 14 and 5. That adds to 19. So I found the right ones. Now I know I have 2 solutions. Either this equals 0, or w plus 7 equals 0. So either w is negative 7, or it's negative 5 halves, and then check and make sure that those work in the original equation. Sometimes you can come up with extra solutions in these ones too. So in this one, both of these ones should work. So negative 7 and negative 5 halves.